Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3, part 3 of the DeLoach Approach. What I want to talk to you about in this session, again, we're getting ready to play all these scales and arpeggios all over the place. But I want to do another session about technique and approach of playing. One thing you need to be cognizant of is you have a universal joint here between your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, and even the angle of the guitar neck. You know, maybe you might not be old enough to remember some of those guys in the 80s that were shredders that would hold their guitars up like this. And it wasn't just for looks, but when you hold a guitar up like this, it's actually easier to do some of the fret work. Every once in a while you'll see a jazz player on YouTube or Facebook post a video where he's playing with his neck up like this, because it actually is easier to stretch when it's up like this. So you need to be cognizant of the option you have. What I like to do when I come across anything that feels awkward, in our previous session we talked about having a very light touch. So, you know, let's say I'm making this minor triad here that feels awkward to me. I actually use this on a classical arrangement I'm working on. And when I make it, like right here, it's like, man, this thing just isn't working. But I find that if I bring my elbow all the way down here, almost to the heel, towards the heel of the neck, then this chord becomes easier to make. So I know that when that chord comes along, I'm going to swing my elbow down here. Now, I like to have my beautiful assistant walk around behind me, and I want to show you something about playing single note things. So let's just take this typical G major scale, a little 2-octave G major scale, and I want you to observe how my fingers are almost perpendicular to the neck when I play it. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I found is if you slant your fingers this way and lean them towards the nut, it makes it much easier to play, especially when you're descending from high to low. Those fingers just want to kind of peel themselves off versus having them more perpendicular like I'd initially played. So try leaning them back like this, and I think you'll really find it becoming easier, especially on those descending, when you're playing a descending scale or arpeggio. And remember, have a light, relaxed touch. So that's just what I wanted to show you today in part 3. So remember to hit that subscribe button, whatever corner it's on, and stay tuned.